Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
Here's the post. Here's the post. Here's the post. The Post Daily Dose. Here's the post. Here's the post. Here's the post. The Post Daily Dose. Here's the post. Here's the post.
Hey, good morning, gang. Welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation with Big Papa. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to Marvelous Monday. Rise and grind, baby. Today we're going to talk about if you always do what you've always done, you will always be where you've already been. I heard that years ago. In fact, when I was first starting my speaking career, I was listening to Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he said that. I remember sitting on the end of my bed one night watching him doing one of his shows, and he said that, and I've remembered it ever since. So that was 20 years ago. If you always that was actually 18 years ago. If you always do what you've always done, you will always be where you've already been. Now think about that. Every single day that we wake up, we have an opportunity to do something different than we did the day before, the week before, the months before, or the years before. But how many times do we actually do something different? Like, how many times do we really do something different? How conditioned are we? And I call that, some of you who follow me regularly know that I call that operating inside of the matrix. Especially when it comes to parenting, operating inside of the parenting matrix, where the biggest goal of the parenting matrix is to get you conditioned to always doing the same thing, always getting the same result, yet always expecting a different result. Because the parenting matrix wants everyone to be crazy. Because as long as you're crazy, as long as you don't think, you are held hostage. So how many times, how many days do you wake up and do the same thing every single morning? I'm a creature of routine. I love routine. I love structure. I need it. I love habits. I need them because it helps organize my mind. But it doesn't help organize my mind in order for me to walk blindly and just be one of the sheeple. It helps organize my mind so I can be clear and focused and conscious and aware. And so I'm not talking about structure and routine. Those are necessities. Predictability and consistency are necessities. But I'm talking about the things in your life where you are not feeling fulfilled, where you are not feeling content, where you're not feeling satisfied. How oftentimes, how many times, how many days, how many mornings do you wake up? How many nights do you lay down? How many mornings do you wake up and do the same thing that you've always done on autopilot and expect a different result? Einstein said that's the definition of insanity. I think that we hear these little statements, these little cliches. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. To do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. How many times are you doing that in your life? And why do we do it? See, that's the important part for me, is why do we do that? Why do we do the same thing over and over and expect a different result? It's very simple. Because of stress. Stress causes confused and distorted thinking, suppresses the short-term memory. Joseph Ledoux, author, New York University neuroscientist, author of The Emotional Brain. says that stress causes, in times of stress, our thinking becomes confused and distorted, and our short-term memory is suppressed. That's why we do the same things over and over and expect a different outcome, because we are stressed. And so the first key to doing something different, the first step in doing something different, is to calm your mind. What's the best way to calm your mind? Practice your breathing. It's inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. When you're breathing, you're calming your amygdala. You're keeping yourself, you're helping your brain feel safe. It is rainy out this morning. Let me defrost my windows for just a minute. So doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. What are you going to do different today? What do you want different in your life? Let me ask you that question. What do you want different in your life? And I've told you guys, I write my goals every morning, 5 days a week. Weekends, I haven't gotten there yet. I thought about writing them yesterday, but I get out of my routine. See, but I'm not in my routine because I don't do my Inside the Parenting Matrix talk. I do that during the week at 4:30 every morning to the private Facebook group. And then, so I write my goals from 4 to 4:30. I wake up at 3:30. I've got 30 minutes to chill, make my coffee, get dressed. And then I've got 30 minutes to write my goals. And then I give myself 30 minutes to talk to my peeps in the private Facebook group, Inside the Matrix. And then I try to get in the car around 5 and talk to you guys about getting motivated. And so, what is it that you want to change in your life? What's not working? What's not working in your life? What's showing up right now in your life that you're not happy about? And then let's take some deep breaths. Let's identify what that is. Let's take some deep breaths. And then let's ask ourselves, what can we do differently? What can we do differently? What's that thing we can do differently? And there are always a multitude of things. That's the thing. There's never just one thing you can do differently. There's a multitude of things. But the key is taking that first step, calming yourself down. Sometimes that's doing something differently. How many times do you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm going to sit here for the next 5 minutes and I'm just going to breathe and I'm going to collect my thoughts. I'm going to collect my thoughts. I'm going to organize my thoughts. And then I'm going to get focused. How many times do you wake up with that mindset? So ask yourself, what can you do differently? What's showing up in your life that you're not happy about? Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what what area. What can you do different about it that you haven't been doing different? And let's decide. Let's make a decision and let's do something different. Because until we do something different, we're not going to get something different. I read this. I get these little morning meditations in my email box called TUT, T-U-T. They're fantastic. I recommend. They're messages from the universe. T-U-T. You can go TUT.com and sign up for them, and you personalize them with your name. So every morning it's like, Brian, did you know before you can get the love you want, this is the one this morning, before you can get the love you want, you have to give a love that you have to give a love that you haven't given before. Before you can get a love like never before. Oh, that's what it is. Before you can get a love, before you can receive a love like never before, you have to give a love like you've never given before. I'm like, ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good. And I get those every single morning. And they're like just real 2-3 sentences. The guy is he's really cool, whoever the dude is who writes them. But obviously they're downloads from God, so he's just a vehicle. So that's it, guys. It's Monday morning. We are going to rule. We are going to rule this week. I feel it. You're going to rule this week. This week's going to be fantastic. You're gonna, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be the best week of the year. I feel it. I can feel that for you. And it's gonna start this morning just by you taking charge and saying, what can I do different? What can I do different? What's showing up in my life that I'm not happy about? And what can I do different about it starting today, starting this morning, right now? As soon as you sign off, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to go on to Facebook and start, prowling around looking at all the wonderful ways people wasted their time over the weekend. I want you to get focused on your goals. I want you to get focused on doing that different thing. And let's go kick ass. Big Papa loves you. Have an awesome day. Talk to you in the morning.